Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and PSG have defeated Brest at 3-0 in the first leg of their round of 16 playoff games of the Champions League. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, I sort of expected, this kind of result. I did say that, PSG have just defeated Brest 5-2 in the league game a couple of weeks ago. So I did say that PSG went into this game, with as heavy favorites. But to be very honest, this was quite a hard game for PSG, if I'm being very honest with you. Like, I think both of the teams played really good. That first half was very entertaining. It was like an end-to-end stuff. PSG did have a lot of possession in the second half. I think they were the better team in the second half, but I think the first half it was a 50-50 thing, and Brest really created a really good chances, and they really put PSG under the pressure. It was their just bad luck that they were not really able to finish off their chances, which on the other hand PSG did. I mean that they get up for the first goal, they get the penalty handball. You cannot do anything about that. It was a clear penalty. They take the first lead, and I think the thing that I think Brest would be really disappointed would be that second goal that Ousmane Dembele scores. I mean, Ashraf Hakimi had like acres of space. Like, nobody was really closing him down. Nobody really came to tackle him. Nothing was there. He had so much space to run through. He goes there and then he passes it to Ousmane Dembele, and yet again nobody's really trying to get close to Ousmane Dembele. Like, two PSG players are easily roaming, on the right hand side. Nobody's there. No fullback, no Brest fullback, no Brest winger. Nobody, no defensive midfielder. Like, nobody came to close them down. That second goal was a really bad one to consider, and it doesn't really end with that. Ousmane Dembele takes the ball, he goes inside the D, and yet again no defender is coming forward to try to make it hard for him to shoot. He easily shoots, and then again it just was a mess. That second goal, the goalkeeper getting beat at his near post. I mean, that was a really horrendous goal to consider. I think that was and especially to consider it just before the end of first half. I think that basically ruined the game for Brest, in my opinion. I think that basically drained their confidence, because in my opinion they played really good in that first half. They created good amount of chances. They hit the crossbar as well. They had PSG had to defend really well in the first half. Second half comes in, and I think maybe it was because of the goal, or I don't know what. They just had extra confidence in that second half. I think PSG were a lot better as compared to the first half. They again created a host of chances, and I think they were quite wasteful in that second half. And I think if there would have been another a much a better team as compared to Brest, I think that they would have capitalized on the mistakes made by PSG in that second half. I mean, Ousmane Dembele scored a brace in that game, but he missed like three very good chances, two one-on-ones with the goalkeepers, and he shot both of them wide. Barcola had a couple of good chances, and Vitinha had a chance, and he scored the penalty, but he had a chance as well. He was really unable to score as well. So in the second half, I think PSG they had a more possession, they created more chances, but I think they were really wasteful, and I think they have to really work on that. Of course, playing Brest, I don't think it really mattered. As I said, I expected PSG to win quite comfortably, and they have won. In my opinion, they are going to go into the next round. I don't think anything is going to happen next week in the second leg. I think it will be an even easier win for PSG, if I'm being very honest. So it was a really good performance from PSG second half. As I said, they basically took control of the game, and after that third goal went in, I think Brest basically they were done. They themselves sort of gave up, and it really did not like they were going to come back. So a good performance from PSG. Brest, on the other hand, they would be really disappointed, if I'm being honest. Like, I think especially in that first half, they really should have scored this. Even if it was a 2-0, if it would have been 2-1, then the second half would have been more exciting, in my opinion. But I think just because they really did not score in that first half, and mentally conceding that second goal, I'm pretty sure that I think the manager would have given them a lot of stick for that second goal. It was a really bad goal to concede. I really don't know what was happening on that right hand side, on the left hand side for Brest, if I'm being honest. Like, it was so poor, and like they literally let Ashraf Hakimi run through them, and then Ousmane Dembele as well. So it was a really second half. I think they just they basically gave it. They had a couple of good chances earlier in the second half, but I think after that a third goal went in, it was done. And even before that, I think second half they really did not play to the level that they played in the first half. And I personally think that second goal just before the halftime affected them mentally. I think they basically gave up, if I'm being very honest, and I think that they were really poor in that second half. It did not look like that it was the same team who played in that first half. So that's how much of a difference it was in their performances. So it's a big defeat. It's a 3-0 in the first leg at your home stadium. them. It's going to be a bigger, quite a big battle to them, uphill battle for them to go ahead and try to outscore PSG, not only in that game but over the two legs as well. I think it is going to be a big task for Brest. Going next week, going away to PSG as well. It is their first time in the Champions League. They've played really good in the group stages, but tonight it was not then. I would say they were a bit unlucky to get PSG in the playoffs, but you have to play good teams earlier or later in the season, so it's up to you. You have to play everybody if you have to win the Champions League. So a bad night for them, and I'll be very honest, I just don't see them going through. I said in my predictions as well, I think PSG got one of the easiest ties in the playoffs, and I don't mean any disrespect to Brest or anything, but just because of the quality that PSG have. I mean, if you look in their league as well, they are still undefeated and they have like 13 points lead for the title as well. So I don't think it was going to be a problem for PSG, if I'm being very honest. And I think they showed today how easy it was for them. Vitinha scored, and Ousmane Dembele, I mean, I want to talk about him. Like, this is one of the reasons, in my opinion, that PSG are not going to win the Champions League, and this is coming from an Arsenal fan, so it is quite ironic. But he scored a brace there, but he missed a brace as well. Like, he could have easily had 3 or 4 or 5 goals in that game, but the chances that he misses, I think that are going to be really crucial. If you are, like, let's say you are in a Champions League final, it is 1-1 and Ousmane Dembele goes ahead and he misses chances like that, and if you are, that could really hurt them for the later in the in the later rounds of the competition. And I think that is a big question mark. I always said that PSG's the creativity side and the wingers and all that is really good. I just don't think that they have a really good striker. And it showed again to the people. People can say that he scored a brace and whatnot, but I still think that you cannot miss one-on-ones like that. And again, as I'm saying, that it is quite ironic coming from an Arsenal fan, because we ourselves, we don't really have a a potent striker up front. But again, I think that is wrong as well. But for PSG, they really have to work on this. They are lucky in a way that they play in they have so many good players around him that sometimes it doesn't really affect them, but it could be a big problem for them. But tonight, again, a brace for him. So I think a lot of the other things are going to be swept under the rug, and they are not going to be talked about. But that, for me, that is a big problem for PSG, if I'm being very honest with you. And yeah, I don't think they are it's gonna be any problem for them in the next round. I think they are gonna win it. In my opinion, they are gonna win it more comfortably as well. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of PSG's performance, what you guys thought of Brest's performance. Who do you think is gonna go into the next round? Do you think Brest can come back next week in the Champions League, or do you think PSG are gonna win the round of 16? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of February. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.